Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 582, and it is your review of A Confucian Confusion. As always, it is the nerd. You're gonna hear the host of the show alongside my wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful. What the fuck is it? Thursday? It's a Thursday.
Thursday,
Thursday.
Thursday
Gotta get
live and early for
gotta get
patrons.
down on Thursday. Thursday.
Thursday live and early for patrons on patreon.com/slash the nerdcore at the $1 tier. And yeah, Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing all right. Doing all right. I got told I didn't have to go into work tomorrow, so woo.
Sounds like a pretty good day.
Be a pretty good day.
Yep. Damn straight. Um, I went to work today and I have to go to work tomorrow. Wait, hold on. Don't you usually not have to work on Fridays?
Usually, but earlier in the week, my boss was like, need someone there, so can you go Friday? I was like, sure. So we were in a meeting with like all the employees and stuff, and she goes, yeah, Brad will be here working Friday. And I said, well, I said I'd be here. I never said I'd work.
Oh man.
So I don't have to do either.
Well, yeah, I
My
went to
body
work
is here.
today.
My soul is somewhere else.
Yeah, I went to work today, and I what's it called? I I had to work tomorrow, but I took my hard drive. I and my it wouldn't, but the film would not pop up. I mean, not the film, but the hard drive would not pop up on my laptop.
Huh.
So I did a quick search on YouTube. This movie's up on YouTube for free.
Is it in better quality than what I watched
Nope,
it in? No. Okay.
nope. It's actually worse because of YouTube compression.
Where is that trailer coming from then?
That was so there's a restoration of this film that's been making the rounds domestically in Taiwan and in Asia, and they what's it called screened it here in the United States at the New York Film Festival. So
Hmm.
that trailer is from all of that. But
Can we get that? I need my Edward Yang pretty picture fix.
um, we currently have um how many more months? What's it called? I'm not asking like months in the year, but I'm talking about like what's it called? Months left in the Criterion Collection's
Oh,
announcements. They've announced up to August, Brad. So we still have September, October, November, and December releases to look forward to. Maybe it'll get released this year. I don't know. I'm all I know is that this film is what's it called available now. It's restored. And I was watching a video, Brad, about like the restoration process. They were talking about like that this movie was damaged bad. It was badly damaged.
in what?
Um, just over the years, Brad. You know, it
Oh,
happens to the film stock. It gets damaged. The regular
well,
the
I get
35 millimeter print.
yeah. I guess Edward Yang did pass away, so they probably found this somewhere.
But the sound engineer had a second copy of the film that was intact
Good
and
for
it
him.
was good condition.
Sound
So
engineer
that's
coming in handy.
yep. So there was parts of the film that were really damaged on that first print that they were able to replace with the new print. So
Good,
yeah,
good.
yeah,
And then, well, I've seen the trailer, and the trailer looks much better than the version we
we
watched.
watched. Yeah.
So, if I get a chance, I will choose this movie again for a re-review of an enhanced version.
Yeah, rescreening of this one in Mahong.
Yeah.
Mahong, yeah.
Oh,
'Cause,
Mahong's so good.
yeah, because I want to see those movies exactly as they're supposed to look, you know, um not like whatever we had to watch because that was rough. It was really rough.
I mean, and we've come to really enjoy Edward Yang's movies.
Yeah. I'm technically not done. That one that I found out about
Hmm.
it's his directorial debut. It's a TV movie that he made that was split into two parts because of course Edward Yang made it too long of a movie, and they had to split into two parts. But I now have watched all of his feature films. I watched all of them. Don't worry for September for International Month. I am going to choose the Terrorizers. I want to rewatch that, and I also
Ooh.
want you to watch that one. Cherry Rice is actually really good, but yeah, I was able to watch this on YouTube, and if anybody wants to watch it, it's available on YouTube. Just search up a Confucian, and watch it in 360p.
I
Cause
mean, like, yeah, the quality's kind of shit.
yeah,
I'm not gonna like shy away from the quality shit on
yeah, it's pretty
what
bad.
you get.
Yeah, but we do have restorations coming. So
Yeah,
they did a restoration of Mahong, and they have one of a
come
Confucian.
on, Criterion.
It's yeah, just
Also, we
has the
got another restoration coming in Kill Bill.
oh yeah, yes. Yeah, 4K of Kill
I'm
Bill next
I'm
year.
hoping the whole bloody affair. I'm hoping the
I hope so
whole
too,
thing.
bro.
I doubt it because they like money, so they're gonna split that shit in two.
I hope not, bro. I hope not. But a boy can dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Brad, I think it's time. Let's go ahead and get into it, right?
Yeah, we've been talking around it, so straight
Yeah.
to the point.
So if you have not watched the Confusion, like I said, it's available for free and has not been taken down on YouTube. So go watch it. But if you don't care, but if you care about spoilers, then you should probably get out of here if you haven't watched it. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the film for free on YouTube.com, if you search up Confusion, then you should stay in here. Either way, how any of that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a five, four, three, two, one. You didn't have to predict it, guys. This Wikipedia entry literally has two
Two
sentences.
sentences, barely two sentences.
Yeah. So I'm going to opt out of reading the Wikipedia sentences, and I'm going to read this introduction that the New York Film Festival wrote for their screening of the restored version, which, by the way, I would have been able to see if I had attended New York Film Festival in person, but there wasn't any money for that.
That's why you need to join our Patreon.
That's why you need to join our Patreon, so that way one of us is able to go see that.
Most likely,
But,
bro. Patreon.com/the Nerdcore.
yeah, but yeah. Let me go ahead and read this. Edward Yang's panoramic satire is set in the material world of 1990s Taipei. The skyline choked by smog and lit up by the neon signs of globally branded corporations, with his rapier, Yang. It's just like Criterion. They throw in these words I've never heard of, and it's
It's a
just
sword, rapier.
yeah,
It's a
rapier
French
with
sword, a little sword.
Yang observes the self absorption of a gaggle of 20 something urbanites, including culture company impresario Molly, played by Ni Yun, her wealthy fiance who fears Molly may be cheating on him, her talk show host sister, and the sister's estranged husband, a novelist whose latest book imagines a reincarnated Confucius returning with considerable horror to a modern society ostensibly built upon his teachings. Though it signaled a shift in tone from his earlier, more dramatic films, the ambitious and incisive A Confucian finds Yang once again searching for the soul of a country he no longer quite recognizes. Written and directed by Edward Yang, and also written by Hung Hung, and produced by David Sui, and produced also by Wei Yun Yu, starring Xiang Xu Xian and all the other people I named. Cinematography is done by Long Yu Li. It's edited by Bo Wen Shen, and it was released in May of 1994, and it sits at 2 hours and 5 minutes. That is a complete lie because that is actually, yeah, it's a lie. Movie sits at actually at 2 hours and 9 minutes. It is in Mandarin. It's from Taiwan, and it is from 1994. Yep. So all right. Like I said, Brad, um, we will preface this and we will say we did not watch a good copy of this. The print
Nope.
that we watched was terrible. Yeah, we can barely see faces, and that is 100% going to affect the score that we give out today, because you can't really feel what this movie wants you to feel without seeing the faces that the actors are making and
The
being able to
emotion.
really, take in the atmosphere of whatever Yang is capturing. You
Yeah.
know, it almost feels kind of sacrilegious to see this movie like this and not be able to see clearly the framing that he's choosing because
Yeah, I
Edward
mean,
Yang's
like you compare this to like Yi Yi, which has been restored,
yeah.
and you're like, because everything Edward Yang is there, like except the quality of the film.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring it up. I'm gonna preface it and say that we are we watched a really bad print, and I'm sure like we said with Mahang, when this movie gets released on physical or it gets a stream release or something. Look, uh, as long as the restored version is available in some shape or form to watch, Brad and I will be rescreening this movie. We will rewatch it. We'll do
Might
another review.
We'll probably do a commentary. We can do a
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah, we'll do a commentary, cinema condition episode or something. I don't know, but
Yeah,
there will be a sort of rediscussion of this episode when we actually have access to a better version of this film. So, with that said, Brad, this is the last mini pod that we have to do before we catch up on them. I am going to default to you and say, Brad, what are your initial thoughts on a Confucian confusion?
my initial thoughts with that company needs an HR department. That's my initial thoughts. Everybody, fucking everyone in this movie.
Yeah, everybody's.
I don't know. I don't know how anybody got any work done, honestly, because it's like just like a string of people like cheating on one each other. I'm just like this was 90s like Taiwan just full of like just such free spirit and like consumerism and like it almost felt like American 80s what was going on. Like there was so much money running around. They didn't know really wanted what to do, so they just fucked everyone. That's how this movie kind of
I was
felt.
surprised I didn't see some cocaine on those tables.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to tell. His image was so damn blurry; it would have looked like a cloud. So,
Yeah,
like a pixelated
yeah,
Scarface up in there. Um,
yeah,
but from what I saw, from what I could get, I didn't mind the story. It's definitely not up to par with like a Yee. It's definitely not like up to that quality. But then again, Edward Yang doesn't make the same story twice or three
no,
times. So I give him credit for that. He tries different stuff. There were scenes that are very memorable, like the dude catching the one artist and taking a sword to him. That was always interesting. Molly leaving Larry. I'm loving the names, by the way. Like just
yeah,
Taiwanese people with the names Molly and Larry makes it really easy for me. And it leaves Larry at a gas station. And it's great. Ming, man, Ming fucked up. Like that's all I gotta say. Ming fucked up in this movie. But
yeah.
at the end, you know, love has its day. But
Cocaine Confucius. Someone write that.
I wish this was in a better quality because I think I could have got, I would have been a little more attentive to the movie. Sometimes it just felt like I was just falling out of it because I can't see people's emotions. It's really hard to tell, you know, how they're supposed to be acting in this. The one dude was almost overacting a bit, and but I think that was just his character. And it's funny because it's the one that was going to marry Molly.
Mhm.
So I forget his name. Um,
I don't
but
remember.
Yeah, but anyways, it just felt like switch roles in these classics. It's like he was like very energetic and very vocal, and she was just like, "Man, what are you doing?" Like just very chill and calm. And I don't know. I think better quality. I probably would have enjoyed this more. But from what I saw, it's not my favorite Edward Yang. I give him credit though. I think he made pretty good story, but Yi Yi is still up there for me.
All right, so I actually really like this movie, Brad. Um, I don't think it's my favorite from Edward Yang. Ma Hong is still my least favorite, and but I look at so I look so this is the first of a trilogy about Taipei. So I look at this one, I look at Ma Hong, and I look at what's it called Yi Yi. And of course, Yi is the gold standard in that
Yeah.
trilogy. Is the best to me. Yi is this best is the best film that Edward Yang has ever made. It is an incredible film. It, it's tied with A Brighter Summer Day for me. I think that Brighter Summer Day is just as great. Just I think that Yi does a little bit better than A Brighter Summer Day. But so I look at this and I look at Mahang, and I think that this is way better because I feel like the performances are a bit better in this one than Mahang.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah. Stacey says, "Don't worry. When AI generated actors are used, facial expressions will be the least of our worries."
It
Oh,
did get to a point. Sometimes in the script, it did feel almost like a soap opera.
yeah. Well, it's a satire, and
Well,
you kind
yeah.
of think about it. So this is such a different film from Edward Yang, and that's why I kind of really like it because I've never so I've seen every film from him except for that one TV movie.
Hmm.
I have never seen Edward Yang do this before. Never.
Yeah.
But something that I really appreciate from Edward Yang is the way that he kind of handles his characters. At first, it's gonna be slow. It's gonna be what's it called? It's the story isn't gonna be quite understood. The
Hmm.
characters are gonna be really distant. But when you get to that third act, everything really starts to make sense. And like everything starts to fall into place about the characters, and you really start to look at this film from a different lens. And I've got to say, Brad, that ending to me was just, I that was one of my favorite endings in a Yang film.
I mean, and well, I think that third act. I think that third act really brings everything home because you're right. It does start off slow, but when you get to that third act, when you get to the point where the author is
Yeah.
sitting on top of the bridge, and you're like, this guy's gonna jump. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm already feeling that. And if I can feel that in the quality of this movie, like I can't imagine just seeing it like, you know, in actual like good quality. But when you get to that scene and you get to it and he's running for that taxi cab, and then he falls in and he fucking hits that taxi and falls down, and she gets out to check on him, and he goes in that monologue of just like he's figured it out, like, you know, death isn't the way, that love and life is how he should live,
Yeah.
and that he couldn't put everything on her because if she doesn't feel the same, and
Yeah.
it just it goes out from there and it continues on until you get to that final scene where Ming and Kiki, I think it's
Yeah.
Kiki, keep Ming and Kiki, they figure out that they should be together.
Yeah. And like there's also just his examination of Taipei and how it's gonna start changing. Like this really is like well to me, Brighter Summer Day kind of like examines how like the globalization is gonna start. But like
Hmm.
this one you really see it and it's like okay, this is really like how it's starting. You got the NBA at the bars there. You got the
You got
NBA showing.
commercialization, like
Yep.
you got this dude on roller skates making a goddamn commercial.
Yeah. and you've got you got all these characters here who like completely rather be working than spending time with those they love. And
Yeah.
and you bring up the whole like, oh, everybody's fucking in this office, and it's like that's kind of like the Western romanticization of like work. It's like, oh, you gotta have your work wife, you gotta have that flirty what's it called, work people that you're gonna be around. Like, and it's like this idea of like, work's got to be this like home place before play apart from home. It's got to look like a little bit like work, like
Yeah.
home. And it's like, Edward Gang kind of examines that, and he's like, my country's kind of changing before me. It's like the people are starting to, you know, um, value work more than love and family. They're valuing, this commercialization. We're
Yeah, they're
valuing,
valuing money.
yeah, money, too much money, and
Money
we're
and materialistic stuff.
yeah. Uh,
But yeah, like I said, this is like watching America in the 80s. That's kind of what it I mean you watch which the movie like which the movie pop, but Greed is good. Um
Oh, I think that was a lot what Mahang was about. You
yeah,
know, Mahang is like a lot about like the oversight, like the romanticization of crime. Coming from like all these importing, this the importing of like American, uh, beautification of crime, and how it's like, oh, we got to do all this, we got to make more money, we got to like
Yeah,
do this and that, and like and
I don't can't believe I couldn't remember the name Wall Street because that's what
well,
the movie was.
oh my god, I
Thank you,
yeah,
Stacy.
man,
Stacy had it.
yeah, right, Stacy, thank you, Stacy.
Stacy for the save.
Yeah, but and just and it's nice to see where he kind of begins this because it obviously just snowballs into like the great examination that is in like Yi Yi, where he's like really like full blown into it. Like globalization is in Taipei, it is in Taiwan, it has taken over. And while he's examining the role of the family, he's also examining Taiwan as a whole.
Yeah,
Um,
and this just goes like you said. It goes full commercialization is what's happening in this movie.
oh yeah,
They've gone beyond like they like Molly is just like she doesn't even want to work.
no,
Let's be
I don't
real.
want to work.
She doesn't even want to work in that job.
But she stays and like and then the stuff with like Fang and like with
Larry.
and the other like they like you said there was kind of a little bit like a I don't know, there was a connection between those characters and I kind of felt it too. Um Especially with that moment at the pool with them sharing the cigarette,
Yeah,
what's it
Kiki
called,
and
letting each
Molly.
other Kiki and
Yeah,
Molly.
Kiki
Yep.
and Molly. Yeah, I. But every Edward Yang film, there always seems to be like that two-woman relationship that he stated it could be. But I think because of the times, because it was Taiwan, wasn't developed into fully they are.
Yeah. Well, they're just great roommates. That's good roommates. Just don't mention the sequel, Wall Street 2, The Search for More Money.
Is that starring Nicolas Cage?
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, I really like this movie, man. I know that like it's just we didn't do it any justice watching it in the quality that we did, and it sucks that we had to do it like that. But I really liked this movie, and I think that it's a great like Edward Yang just doesn't make a bad movie. He
No,
doesn't.
he doesn't.
No, even my
He
hung,
don't miss.
even I don't even like my hung like that, and I still cannot in any what's it called good in good faith be able to say that that's a bad movie.
Well, the man knows how to like frame, and he just knows or knew how to direct. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like he knew how to direct people and make a good movie, and he still like makes us wonder how he gets some shots without getting the camera in frame.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's and I can't wait to watch this in actual like good what's called quality because I'll be able to really appreciate those frames. But from what I was able to tell, I really like those shots. Like that shot of them in bed when like the blue hue is hitting them and she's
And
on
she gets
top of
up,
it. Yeah, like oh, what a beautiful frame, bro.
or before that, when it's the Porsche is out there with the headlights, and she's around the
Yeah,
corner, and it's kind of like a little far view. You're not close to him, but you're kind of
yeah,
seeing everything. And she's just like hitting him until they like finally embrace, and I'm guessing kiss. It was hard to
yeah,
tell what exactly happened there.
yeah. Oh man, even that one when they're inside the car together and you're
Oh yeah,
just seeing them like that one just so simple but so good.
the one where Kiki and Ming are fighting.
Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, man, and like always, keep Edward Yang always has great music in his films because the score was beautiful. Um, and like I said, I can't wait to hear when that is actually restored and you can actually hear it well and not hear
Right, right.
like just all throughout the film. But fantastic movie. I really liked it, man. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's bittersweet to be able to say that I finally finished watching all of his feature films. He's such a special filmmaker. It's sad that he didn't get to make more than 7 movies.
Yeah,
It's
he passed way too
way
early.
too quick, way too. And I feel like you probably would have had a lot more to say because like
I mean,
especially seeing.
especially now with
I feel like he wouldn't have been able to make movies in Taiwan anymore though.
no,
I
he
don't.
probably would have had
Yeah,
to come to America.
yeah. And I would hope that America was going to give him all the money he deserves because I mean
I'm sure like you would have had like a Kurosawa, Lucas Spielberg kind of thing happen. I'm sure that would have
yeah.
happened.
Well, Scorsese loves Yang, and
Yeah,
I would say and I would hope that what's it called Scorsese would have put a lot of that money in there
I would
at least, or
imagine.
point him in the direction of where he would have been able to. Because
Yeah,
um,
with the stamp of Martin Scorsese on Yeah, he
Yeah,
would have made some movies.
yeah. But yeah, man, I really like this movie. It is a great introduction into how, Yang will further explore Taiwan and especially specifically Taipei. So I put this above Mahang, but below Taipei story because I think the Taipei story was really good too,
Yeah,
and that was yeah, I really like that one a lot. But I just I really like this movie. I even though I watched it in shitty ass quality, I really liked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Mahang an 8 out of 10.
and I'll go ahead and give it 7.5 out of 10.
All right. Yep. Hey, I saw people who gave it full 5 out of 5 stars, and I was like, dude, I just can't. I can't, man. I
I
can't.
not with this quality. Like I
Yeah.
just I mean, I wish I could, like, like, score it higher. That's just what I'm feeling. Had I been able to see the emotions on the faces and seeing the framing a
Yeah.
little clearer and seeing because Edward Yang, he have these whole, like, these kind of really, large sets, and you could
Oh yeah.
see like everything and the colors and like Yi for example that one scene where like Yi's like in red and the room's red and it's just like well this is dope so I you can't really get that when everything's pixelated.
Yeah. But you know what? We let's go. Like I said, when this movie comes out restored and we have access to it, we will. I'll definitely rewatch this film. We'll do something on it because it deserves it. And
Yeah,
he's a great director. And come September, I'm going to choose the Terrorizers, or Brad will choose it, but that'll be the last one we need to do in here, other than Duckweed. But
so we'll
shit, Duckweed.
actually finish a director's films. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we finished. Oh no, we haven't. No, we haven't finished Tarkovsky. We have
uh,
one left for Tarkovsky. Wow. Um, crap. That's right. Yeah. So come September, we will finish. What's it called? We will finish our Yang's filmography.
we might finish Tarkovsky too if one of us chooses him.
Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia is the last one we need to do. We've done Rublev, we've done Stalker, we've done Solaris, we've done Ivan's Childhood, Mirror. Yeah, we just need nostalgia. The Sacrifice. Yeah, we just need nostalgia.
Yep,
Uh, damn, both of them made only 7 movies. Huh.
that's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
heck,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Tarkovsky probably pissed off Russia to the point where they probably just cut out all funding.
He made his last 2 movies in 2 different countries, bro.
Yeah, because that
Uh,
man was talking shit.
even though nostalgia, literally, Brett, nostalgia is literally a long ass movie about him feeling sad that his country turned his back on him and wouldn't fund his work anymore. And it's just him feeling
I,
sad that he can't make movies in Russia anymore.
but like at the same time, like Tarkovsky, did you watch your own movie?
Yeah,
Man, you were talking some shit.
yeah. Well, at least the Russians were a lot smarter than the Vatican.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that concludes our review of a Confucian. And as always, you can keep up to date with the Nerdcore by checking us out on nerdcore.com. That's our website. Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the Nerdcore. For $1 a month, you get access to this live and early before anybody else gets to watch this or listen to this. And of course, if you want to talk to us about the films of Edward Yang, our Discord link is in the description of the video and audio version. Speaking of those versions, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave a like on the video. Make sure that you turn on the notification bell when you subscribe. Make sure you're doing that. And of course, just yeah, keep up to date with us on that. If you're listening to us on the audio side of things, make sure you leave a 5-star review. All of these things help us get to more eyes because y'all, I feel like we had a great conversation about the Holy Mountain, Brad. And we got 0 views on that. So y'all better go and listen watch that damn episode.
Fuck them.
Yeah. We were struggling over here to be able to review El Topo, and we
Yeah,
still spent a lot of time on it, but we had a pretty damn good
yeah,
conversation
yeah.
on
Like it helps when you can understand a surreal movie and what it's trying to say.
so I
That
need at
helps.
least 2 people to watch that, man.
Yeah,
It was not us. So yeah, go and check that out, please. It's got 1 view right now. Yeah, go and check that out.
that's probably Stacy.
Stacy, yeah. But
Thank you,
yes.
Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy. But check that out. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters. Without them, it's not possible. We want to thank our producer, Shane. Where can they find Shane, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/xsrk or at Twitter at thriftedil or go buy something from the Suppy God at prisoncityvintage.com.
All right. And of course, we are done for this week. Guys, as I said before, we are observing national holidays now and holidays here on the Nerd Core. I said, if we are to act like this is an actual company, we got to act like it, right? We got to observe what's called holidays. So,
Gotta spend
Monday,
time with family, yo.
yep, and time with family. On Monday, we will not be live on Patreon. That will happen on Tuesday. The episode will drop on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we'll be live on Patreon for a second review of that week, and that'll be uploaded on Saturday as it goes. But till then, we hope that you all had a great time, and of course, Brad, you want to get him out of here?
All right, Raul. Thank you, as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat today. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, it might have been blurry, but some of those actresses were pretty cute. Just say it. Respectfully. I don't know. Cute pixels? Young Yoda out. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?